There's a phenomenon going on in the NBA right now, and it's called Jayson Tatum. No one is giving this dude the type of respect he really deserves. I like it. I like that at the end of the day, they're going to get more calls correct, because that's all you're trying to do. I just want more calls correct, and I want to be talking about the games and the results on Monday compared to the officials. Every generation has had a player that doesn't mind getting suspended, doesn't mind paying the fines, because they think that being true to their image is worth more than what they're doing. It's cool to be who you are. No, grow the up.
All right, guys, welcome to episode number 45, Fully Loaded. Cris Carter, how you doing, Bo?
Oh, good, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing, man. So I want to get started with some of these NFL rule changes. One I like, one I'm excited about. Some didn't pass. I'm a little confused. So now if you kick the ball in the end zone, the opposing team gets the ball on the 35-yard line, not the 30-yard line. Mm-hmm. And they believe that's going to make people stop kicking the ball into the end zone so we can see some returns. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
But I didn't know this. They said to get the ball at the 35-yard line means the team only needs to get to, 20 to 25 yards to get a field goal. And the league's internal data shows that 65 to 75% return rate and touchback, if it's moved to 35, we're going to see that many balls being run back, three-quarters of the time.
I don't think so. Every time they do those stats, the numbers come back a little bit different.
Okay. What do you think is going to happen?
Man, why would I'm guaranteed the 35-yard line. Why would I take the chance with these kickers that we have? Because that's the thing people aren't figuring in. These guys can sky kick it to the 4 or 5 yard line. Man,
like a sniper.
Yes.
Wherever they want it to go.
They can pin you close to the sideline. So you getting a 30-yard return in the NFL? No. Not the way the wedge is set up, and you can't have more than 2 guys together. No. Mm-hmm. I'm fair catching almost everyone unless a guy misses it.
So you think that's they're going to stop booting the ball in the end zone? They think they're going to stop? They're not going to run back as many as these guys think they're going to?
No, I don't think so.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
All right. The tush push didn't – so the tush push is now – they split right down the middle. It's like a damn political event. Why do so many teams – I get the Eagles. I understand that. I get why they're screaming about keeping it. And I'm assuming some other teams. Why did half the teams say, no, we don't want to ban it? We want to keep it. Are that many teams using it effectively?
I think that collectively people saw the success, and it allows the coaches to be more aggressive. So the coaches are driving force behind it. It's not the owner. Like the owner comes down to the coach and be like, what do you think about this? And they basically vote the way the coach wants him to vote.
Okay.
So from a football standpoint, I could see why half the coaches could see it's an advantage to be able to still continue it, even though it's a disadvantage when I'm on defense. But I get the advantage from an offensive standpoint, so we'll continue it. That's why I'm not surprised that it split. You know, they were campaigning. I believe that more people were actually voting for it, and then they got swayed into with friends of theirs who were voting to vote to make it more even.
Really?
Yes.
They were lobbying that hard.
Yeah, I talked to some people, and that's what the rumor has it up in Palm Beach they were doing.
So it's like a guy in like a jury where a couple guys are in charge, a couple of the owners have a lot more sway?
Yes.
Who got the most sway in that room, if you had to guess?
Well, it's always been this way for a long period of time. All right? The marquee franchises, that being the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Giants,
Cowboys.
They have so much respect, the Cowboys, with Jerry Jones. But typically it's about personalities. Steve Bisciotti of Baltimore, he's one of the leading guys in there. Mr. Kraft is always going to be in there. Jerry Jones is always going to be in there in the who's who. And then they'll campaign other people, other tentacles, the Rooney family, of course, the Mara family with the Giants. All those people are always the leading candidates for, okay, what's the voice of the league from a history standpoint? How are they going to vote?
Got it. The overtime one passed. That seemed pretty easy, right?
Yes.
To allow the overtime rules, playoffs, so everybody gets possession. That seems to make sense.
Yes.
Now explain this one to me. The replay assist can now help with even more penalties, so that's great. I want more penalties. Thank God. The owners approving the expansion of replay assist. 5 new penalties can now be overturned by the booth. Or actually, I'm sorry, helping. Maybe won't be. Maybe less penalties. Overturned by the booth. You can now overturn a hitting a defensive player, face mask, horse collar, tripping, and roughing running into the kicker.
All of those are very penal penalties. They're not 5-yard penalties.
No, they're big penalties. I get it.
Yes.
Yep, they're big penalties. But they won't let you. So if you're running down the field and some guy reaches out, yanks your face mask, and there's no flag, they can't use the review or replay to give you a penalty. They can just review the penalties that are called and pull those back.
And the reason why they say that is because most of the time they get the face mask right.
Okay.
They only miss a few of those. And you can't just open Pandora's box and just start reviewing everything. Mm-hmm. So I like it. I like that at the end of the day, they're going to get more calls correct because that's all you're trying to do. I just want more calls correct, and I want to be talking about the games and the results on Monday compared to the officials. That's what we're trying to eliminate. Conversations about the officials after the game.
And the speed of the game still, how long does an average NFL game take?
I think we're still at about 3 hours. Like, we had gotten a little under 3 hours, so we're still going to be right around that. We know that's our sweet spot.
Yeah.
Like, science has told us that for the last 30 years.
Like, get over 3 and it's a problem. 3:20,
Yes.
3:30. People,
Yes.
as much as they love football, is too long.
Yes, and the too many penalties, too many stoppages in the action. People like the action. So, yeah, they were always cognizant of that when they implement a new rule.
Got it. So you think these new replays is not going to push the NFL over that 3-hour average?
I don't know if you've watched the last couple years, but sometimes the replay seems like it's already started before the play.
No, I think they already made it. Like, yeah, that is true. Like, it is pretty damn quick. Ain't that many people can talk to each other in that period of time.
Yes.
So they already knew what was up.
Yes.
It's not like basketball. Because basketball, when I watch basketball sometimes, I'm like, dude, what is taking everybody so long?
Well, I've actually been in the command center with Troy Vincent in New York.
Yeah.
Where you have all the monitors, all the people watching all the games and everything that they do. I mean, it's incredible.
So, okay, so walk us through that then. You're on the Cowboys are playing the Giants in Dallas. Play goes for a replay.
They have a number of people that are watching that game only.
In that command center.
Yes.
Dudes are like air traffic control. Watching.
Dallas number on this screen. Then they have like another cube, and there's another group of people watching that game.
Are these refs?
Yeah, ref-ish type.
Got it.
And league officials.
Qualified people.
Yes.
Okay.
Former coaches, referees, yes.
Got it. So they immediately already can see it and go like, yo, that was or wasn't. He was inbounds, he was out. It was a catch, it wasn't. 3 guys say it, there's 4 of them done. This guy goes to call. He's like, we already got you, bro. You got it right or you got it wrong. He turns around, acts like he's talking about something, gets back on his mic, and we're done in 40 seconds.
They do a great job.
Yeah, it's a machine.
Yes.
It's amazing the way that it's run. Now, what is this? This I was trying to understand because the guy wrote an article, and I was like, dude, you should write it where people can understand if they don't know what you're talking about. Flexing rules for Thursday night's games to undergo a slight change. For the past 2 years, the NFL has been able to flex any Thursday night game held between week 13 and week 17. But the league had to give 28-day notice. However, that's no longer the case. The owners have voted to trim that number down to 21. What is he talking about?
You have great projections for your team this year.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers 2 years ago.
Okay.
We have the draft. We have the schedule comes out. The Jets are in prime time.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers blows out his Achilles the first game.
Got it.
Now we're at week number 13 through 17. Are the Jets really worthy of prime time? No.
Got it.
No. Let's switch them out, man. That Thursday night is hot. That's one of the highest viewed games every year. Thursday nights are hot, man.
So the NFL,
Thursday night is the new Monday night.
So Thursday night's the new Monday night?
Thursday night games are better than the Monday night games, bro.
Really?
The schedule. Wait till the schedule comes out.
Because
NBC has a better package than ESPN.
Because it's more watched than Monday night is?
Listen to me.
I am listening
NBC
to you.
has a better
package
deal,
of
games,
okay,
and arrangement, and they got the flex. I mean, they can't flex on a Monday game. You're stuck with it. It's hard to predict, and everybody's on that Monday night game once.
So they've never done flex on Monday night games?
No.
So why did they decide? When NBC got the package, they said, hey, we ain't doing this. We want to have the best games we get.
If we're going to do Thursdays, this is what the money says.
Got it. Because nobody wants to see it. I agree. Nobody wants to see a Monday night game.
I have to make a correction. The Sunday night game, NBC, is the new Monday night game. The Thursday night game is Prime. Night.
Yeah.
So when Prime spent all them billions, they negotiated and said, listen, no, you're not going to jerk us around.
They negotiated a better deal.
Yes.
Okay. That's the way it works.
Yes. First time in history, that we go outside of our prime partners, our national broadcast partners, to do prime video, and that's what they negotiated.
But you throw enough money, you can negotiate
It's
those
always
things
about the money, man.
Ain't that the truth? NFL,
And the guy that says not about the money, he's lying.
Yeah, because he ain't got no money. That's why he's saying it ain't about
Either,
the money.
or he's lying.
Or he's probably lying. Yeah, or the guy in the deal's lying, even though he's acting like it's not about the money. I agree with that.
Yeah, I got an opportunity that might be presented to me, and it's not about the money.
So some of those
until it's about the money.
So, everybody says that though. So some of the Monday night games towards the end of the season are like, you don't even want to watch. You're like, dude, I don't want to. I thought they were going to be at this point in time 8-2, and they're 4-6.
No, the schedule comes out in May, man. We don't know. All these guys win these off-season championships. Oh man, they're off-season champions. Who won the off-season? They won't win the regular season. That's for sure.
I like that. So that makes sense. Okay, so now they go from, but the league had to give 28 days, so now they only need 21. Now they're like, bro, we can move you in 3 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Get out of here.
You get, just so you know, you're not playing now on Thursday night. You're playing Sunday.
Jacksonville, Cardinals, bye-bye.
Really?
Bye-bye.
So that was pushed from Amazon to say, hey, we want less time. Like, you owners better get.
Well, they calculated it down more that now they have a better chance. They can wait even another week. So if a team goes on say a team's 3-6, they go on a 3-game win streak. I want that team on. I want that team on in week number 12. Yeah. They've won 3 games in a row.
Correct.
So it gives you a little more time before you pull the plug.
Got it. Okay. First downs, we talked about this already. They're going to be measured electronically. Everybody seems to like that. Nobody seems to be mad about that. How about we talked about this recently on here, and you talked about the playoff format, the seedings, wild card, and that they wouldn't guarantee. Proposal to change playoff, that got tabled. Why'd they table that one? Why can't they vote on that?
They're going to table it to talk about it another time. They feel like they only like to make a number of changes in one session.
Why?
Because we like the continuity of the game, and we don't want to confuse the fans.
Okay.
It's like a number of years ago. Remember we had the big dispute, is it a catch?
Yeah.
Did he survive the ground? So Roger creates a committee.
And that was confusing.
Roger creates a committee. I happen to be on the committee. We go to New York. We watch all these videos, former coaches, former players, administrators, referees.
How many guys there?
I think there was 12 or 14 of us. Bill Cowher, from a coaching standpoint, legendary referees, Roger Goodell himself, Troy Vincent, and a number of other players that have played the game. And we watch all these different angles, all these different catches, and then we came up with the catch, no catch rule. But you have to survive the ground. Like, that was kind of the ultimate thing.
But it was annoying as a fan because we couldn't understand when it was or when it wasn't.
I remember Roger standing up and say, I don't want my fans. Catching and throwing the football is an essential part of our game. Our fans should not wake up and not know if he caught it or not.
Correct.
Our fans should know what a catch is and what's not a catch. Not college, not high school. What do we do in the NFL? And I think over the last 5 years, we really clarified that for our fans.
So you go to all these meetings, you've been in all these groups, you've been in all these like quorums and people you've been. Who's the most knowledgeable football coach you've ever talked to about the game of football at any level? Like where you're like, this guy's a different level above everybody else I've met, whether you were coached by him or not. That just you talked to, and when that dude's in the room, that was you. Whether you learned more, took more away.
Yeah, I think a collection of people. Bill Belichick has always been in that realm.
Yeah.
Andy Reid is in that realm. Mike Tomlin is in that realm. Now, I've never talked to Sean McVay, but the people around him and the way he runs his business and everything.
So he's in that. He could be in that group.
He's that way. Mike Tomlin, Tony Dungy, a guy like Marv Levy, a guy like Bill Polian. Like they have a lot of years of experience they tap into. Bill Cowher, like, I mean, man, they got wisdom on top of wisdom, mixed with current data and people currently playing the game. Like they have it well surrounded. That every point is represented.
How about players?
You can't have a current player on there, but we had players that were recently retired, and we had We had at least 3 or 4 Hall of Famers on there.
If you were like, man, if I was going to talk about football with anybody and get the best opinion on anything, it'd be this player, this former player.
All of my colleagues?
Yeah, all your colleagues.
Man, Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
Oh, my God. I mean, Ray. I mean, Ray can get you excited about a glass of whiskey. Can you see the color of the glass?
The way he talks about the game.
Yeah, God made this. You see the mixture of the blend of the alcohol and the ice. Like, man, Ray can talk, man. I love Ray.
Got it.
Another guy underrated, his knowledge of the game, is Warren Sapp. Like, these guys are savants in how they communicate, how they understand it. They're not just gifted and don't understand the gift. They understand the gift and how it's utilized. So not only do they have 5-star ability, they have an intellect that goes with the greatest players. Emmitt Smith. I just talked to Emmitt the other day. Emmitt's a great football mind. Great football mind. Kurt Warner.
Do you think the current players, because y'all had to go through a different track than they did, will have the football minds that y'all had to have to play the game at that level?
I think some of them will, because we saw what Tom Brady did. We saw Peyton Manning had taken the no-huddle, run the offense to a certain level. Tom Brady took it to another level, quarterback play. Patrick Mahomes has taken it to another level. So we see with these other quarterbacks, that being Jalen Hurd, that being Lamar Jackson, that being Josh Allen, like, these quarterbacks can play. They can run and they can throw.
Right.
So they can play. They can keep leveling up the position. So there'll always be savants in every business, especially when you have the economics that we have in the game. You're going to always have guys that are going to be consumed by the information. You're always going to have guys that are serious about pro football. And
what percentage of guys, when you played, were serious about pro football? Statistically, roughly, if you had to your guess, your hypothesis.
No, my definition of serious is very, very different.
What's your definition of serious?
I'm trying to gather the words because I'm on a podcast, but I'm willing to hurt somebody to keep this job.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do whatever I got to do.
Don't make me.
Whatever I have to do.
I'm willing to do. I'm willing to sign up to do everything I would do to be able to keep everything I got and everything that I want.
And what percentage of guys during your playing days do you think were serious?
I would say about
that way?
45 to 50%.
And what percentage of players in today's NFL you think would fit that serious definition?
I will go with the same percentages because I just believe humans are very, very similar, even through different generations. And I think that, they realize the opportunity, and it's a different opportunity than we had. Like, they can actually retire and not work the rest of their life.
Correct.
Like, they can actually put
different than what y'all had.
Yeah. So I don't want to get into the point that, my generation was more serious about football. No, because these guys are serious about football, and they are doing it the right way, and they're always going to be the elite status in every business. You're going to have guys that are going to show up, do extra, always want extra. They want to achieve the best, and even when they get to being the best, they don't believe it, and they want to go further.
How quickly can you tell that guy's part of the 45, 55% when you meet him in camp or you're around him? Because that to be able to say I'll do whatever the fuck I got to do. Like you said, well, I'm willing to hurt you to keep what I got.
But it's not like
I know what you mean.
See, this is a job too that it couldn't be 100% because it's a frightening job.
No, 100% no. I'm just asking, what would you? I agree with you. It's like, to do the things you do at the level you do them at is definitely frightening.
Yes,
no doubt about it. And if you don't know that, go down on the sidelines, NFL game. You know what I mean? Like I say to people about basketball, we used to coach these kids growing up, and I was like, let me take you to a Division I basketball game in the Big East. We'll sit down on a court, and I want you to see how fucking rough they are. Because your ass is 6'4" now. You're going to be a lot bigger. But I need you to see what they do just to get position.
Yes.
And they're like, holy. But when you're sitting down and you see it, and you're this far away from it.
Good point.
It's a different program.
Absolutely.
What when you look at the guys that are playing, what do you think? And I agree with you. I think I can only imagine. What do you think separates them? I mean, like if I'm thinking about business, I go in business. You go, why does this guy work harder than this one? I'm like, dude, this guy has to work harder.
It's a number of things. The number one thing is genetically. Genetically, how are you wired? Like I've always been wired to be an elite performer. I've always thought I was going to be an elite performer. I always read about elite performers. All my heroes were elite. I mean, they were amazing. The people I wrote book reports on, they were only athletes. So for me, I'm totally consumed by the information that it takes to do the job. And I got such respect for the generation that came before me to be able to set me up. So there's different levels to it. And physically, people don't have the temperament. Like they have the temperament to play football, but they don't have the temperament to be able to play pro football. And the disposition that it's going to take and the consistency. People get bored. Like people, they get tired of doing the basics over and over. I got to lift weights. I got to run. I got to sleep. I got to nutrition over and over and over and over. People can't do that. People can't stick it out. People can't do hard stuff over and over. People don't like to be challenged. Your coach comes to you and say, hey, I'm going to try to add something to your game, change it up, and you can't do that. Like, why is he trying to change me up? It's no different than a technique, a sales technique.
Correct.
You're trying to teach people, hey, if you sell this way,
try to help you
if
get
you
better.
Look at the objectives this way, if you go about it this way. And there's no machine in the NFL Combine that tells you what's in a person's heart. Like when you get smacked in the face, what do you do? Do you see blood? Do you see money? Do you see revenge? Or do you see your mommy?
Yeah.
Oh, mommy. Like,
you probably know what
something happens.
Something happens.
So I think that how people carry themselves, how people conduct a business, you know, like in the wide receiver room, you watch guys, how they come into the meeting. Do they take notes? So the coach said, okay, this is important on this play. Put a star on the bottom of it. Then you put the note what the coach says. Hey, on this, cut your split. Linebacker might fire. If he fires, you go to the second level and block the safety. So I'm thinking just like the coach. The younger guys, they're not writing that down.
Yeah.
And if I make a mistake on the field, I'm only making a mistake one time. Coach corrects me one time, I'm going to make the self-correction because they don't have time to keep correcting people.
Well, they won't take the time either.
This is not
eventually, they won't continue.
Yes, I'll get somebody else to do that.
That's right.
So there's a lot of, I mean, you know this. They're traits, man. It's like you show up going to speak. Okay, all right, 200 people here. About 60 of y'all probably really serious. I spoke last week, Arizona, insurance convention. There were 300 people there. I said, now, I'm going to ask the room a question, and I would really hope no one lies to me. I want a show of hands this morning, who woke up in the morning and before they did anything else, said to themselves, I want to be great today. And 6 people raised their hand. And I told them, 3 of you are liars.
100%. So 3 out of 300. Yeah. You got 1%.
I said, now 3 of you said something about that.
Correct.
I said, but me, that's what I say every day. That's what I say to myself. Let's go someplace great. Let's do something great with your life today. So when you get to a locker room, oh, man, I'm in the league. Oh, I want to play, man. I want to make all this money. But did you say to yourself you want to be great that day? So in every room, there's rooms in that room.
Correct.
So college, there's rooms. There's the dudes in the room. You go to the NFL, there's dudes in the room. You go to Hall of Fame, in that room, there's dudes in that room.
Yeah. It's a good way to look at it. You always want to be in that room.
Yes.
No doubt. All right, so I think, Aaron Rodgers, he still ain't figured out where he's going to land yet, right?
Yeah, I just hope it's not with the Vikings.
Well, wait a minute. You told him recently he better come to the Vikings. Actually, there's a report.
Hey, last week's news is not this week's news.
I know it's not, but he said he communicated the Vikings. That's his preferred landing spot. And obviously they got J.J. McCarthy and the whole deal. Now you hope it's not the Vikings. As a Vikings guy, why do you hope it's not the Vikings?
because when we get into these free agency things, man, we really forget what happened. Like we see free agents, especially you have a player like Aaron Rodgers. At this point in his career, you can't forget the last year in Green Bay. He was not that good. Mm-hmm. He decided he was not going to mentor the other quarterback. Mm-hmm. And he couldn't make up his mind if he was going to play or not, so they had to pull the trigger on it and let him go. Mm-hmm. Now with the Jets, we've seen this. Hey, I want this guy. Hey, I want this guy. Hey, Aaron Rodgers has not changed.
That's why it's been dragged out so long. It's a game.
So even with the Vikings, Aaron Rodgers saying, that's a good news for the Vikings. Aaron Rodgers saying, I prefer the Vikings, meaning the Vikings have not offered him the job.
Correct. But also, isn't this we talked about last year, I watched, at some point in time, you're not that, you talk about business, right? I said to a guy the other day, he said, thank you for helping me. And I said, well, you're very productive. And your insane productivity allows for me to want to help you despite your regular stupidity because you're so productive. Mm-hmm. But don't stop being productive because then your stupidity is going to really matter to me a lot more.
Right.
Because it's way too much work. At some point, and again, people are talking about Aaron Rodgers. We're talking about him. People are talking about him. It's still interesting. It's like a soap opera. It's like but it's like it's a game for him. When I watch, I'm like, dude, make a decision, get an offer, don't get an offer, push hard.
Well, he didn't get what he wanted.
That's my point.
So that's what makes it so difficult.
But you're not in a place anymore in your career to get what you want.
Well, the Giants' opportunity is gone.
Yes.
The only opportunity he really has is Pittsburgh, and he's trying to create another opportunity with the Vikings because the Vikings said, guess what? We're not going to do anything right now.
Correct.
Now, we might come back later on after we see J.J. McCarthy at training camp.
But not today.
No, not today.
And
that's why he's still a free agent.
And isn't Tomlin eventually be like, dude, if he don't want to come here, he don't want to come here. I don't want to do this with him. I'll go win some games, but I don't need to. How does he?
Well, you depend on what your situation is, man.
Dude, how does he coexist
You're only as good as your last date. Pittsburgh, man, the last quarterbacks they've had, Russell, the ones they drafted, they let Justin Fields go. They wish they would have signed Justin Fields now. They didn't think the Jets were going to jump at it and grab it like that. It's like,
the Jets seem to be excited about Justin Fields.
I would be.
Yeah, no, you were. You
don't have to spend the top draft pick. You got a young quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, you might be able to find something.
Pretty excited about
it. And I would be excited for playing for Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
Aaron Glenn is a dude, man.
Is also a dude who didn't want Rodgers there. Because
That's a grown man right there.
That's a grown man. Like, I don't want him. I'm good. Let's just move on.
And
I'm in
guess
charge.
What? He didn't care that people knew.
No.
These people, no, I don't want him.
I don't want him.
But don't tell nobody. Aaron Glenn's like, bro, I don't want him. Tell everybody.
Okay. It's my team.
Yes.
It's my program.
He's that kind of guy.
Yeah. He seems to be, and I'm sure he is. You know him.
And I got a lot of respect for Dan Campbell, and I don't know Aaron Glenn's ability to teach yet. Mm-hmm. Dan Campbell has the ability to teach on an elite level, and he's built that team with a certain edge and persona. Like, I got it very, very unorthodox. But Aaron Glenn was such a better player.
Yeah.
And,
well, it's night and day.
And a better leader.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see, could this be Dan Campbell's beginning of his coaching tree?
Yeah.
You know?
Which would be crazy.
He could have some dudes on that tree, man.
No.
Ben Johnson, Chicago.
Yeah.
Aaron Glenn with the Jets.
Yeah.
Like, watch that tree, man. Watch, see what kind of fruit it throws off.
I like Dan Campbell. I like to see it throw off some real good fruit.
Me too.
That's
Me
for
too.
damn
I like
sure.
Dan Campbell.
All right. So some of these guys in NBC were talking about the other day about the Chiefs dynasty being over. Clock's ticking. It's over. The window's shrinking. It was a good run. Do you think that the Chiefs are still going to be do you think that there's truth to that? Is this dynasty that we see, is it in the past?
No. They were done after they went back-to-back. Yeah. Like, they were done. Remember, we said, they're done. Then they had the best regular season anybody in the league.
Yeah.
That was coaching, and that was the quarterback. The quarterback didn't even have a great season. The quarterback has not had a Patrick Mahomes season in 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And they've been in the Super Bowl 3 times.
So as long as they got Mahomes, as
yes.
long as they got Reed,
yes,
the dynasty ain't over.
They do special stuff, man. And their defense is underrated. Their defense has been in the top 5 last 3 years. Mm-hmm. So, no.
When Travis Kelce retires, who the NFL going to get? They don't have Taylor Swift anymore. Who are they going to get? They don't need him. Who they going to set up?
Man, by that time,
What
Stephon
stars?
Diggs and Cardi B might be getting married, man. Like, these dudes is pulling chicks, man. What you talking
They're
about?
not playing around, bro.
These dudes is making real money, and the girls have heard about it, and they coming. Like, Dion, we coming. The girls is coming.
That's not what Dion meant by that, but the girls are coming by what you're saying. You're right.
They coming to check out the money, man.
Yeah, they came and found it. No doubt about it. All right, so yeah, and you know how I feel about this. What we're going to talk about, and it's the NBA, so you don't have to defend the NFL in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So Ja Morant, he got fined $75,000 for making his second finger gun gesture, despite being warned, and he wasted no time when they told him, hey, don't do this again. He's like, no, I'm definitely going to do it again. Did it again. They fined him. And NBA does the same as NFL. I get it, the image, and I get all that. I really, really do understand it. But if they want these guys to stop doing this, because $75,000 to Ja Morant is how much?
It's ashtray money in the car.
That's my point.
But the truth of the matter is, just like Draymond Green, just like Ron Artest, just like Rasheed Wallace, just like Dennis Rodman, every generation has had a player that doesn't mind getting suspended,
doesn't mind paying
the fines, because they think that being true to their image is worth more than what they're doing. And it's not. You can look at Marshawn Lynch. He didn't want to do any interviews. Now he's over.
He's everywhere.
How did that work out for you?
The money.
How did that work out for you?
It doesn't. I want the money.
No, it's ignorant. Like, your brand and what you represent, it's not worth whatever you're trying to stand for. Like, you have been to the commissioner's office. You have been suspended multiple times. Now, there are some guys around the league that are making relatively the same gesture.
Correct.
So they have to be able to ban it all around the league.
Correct.
But Ja Morant, with his country ass, he is not using the best judgment, and he is wasting himself millions and millions of dollars trying to be a rebel.
From a marketing standpoint and your family standpoint.
Like, you're not a gangster, man. You're a point guard in the NBA.
That's the other thing. So you say true to yourself. Like, Ron Artest, Rodman, let's be clear. Dennis Rodman, I think he's been true to himself. He's a different cat. Like, that's just who he is to this day.
But even doing that.
No, it wasn't right. But, like, is Ja Morant, like you said, bro, like, relax. You're not, just because you go on Instagram and like, at some point in time, just be who you actually are. I think Dennis Rodman's that dude.
No, I don't like that. And I don't like telling guys to okay, it's cool to be who you are. No, grow the fuck up. Like, I don't want to be who I was at 21.
I totally agree
and
with
who
that.
I was at 25. No, I don't.
Dennis Rodman as fucked up today as he was back in the day?
He's worse.
There you go.
Because he didn't correct.
Correct. No, I'm agreeing with you on that 100%. You should grow the fuck up. What I'm saying is, some guys seem to be trying to be something they're legitimately not.
They're not.
Like, you're not even fucked up. You're trying to be fucked up to the point to come up with some other personality that's not even you anyway.
Right. I want to be a tough guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm willing to forfeit my image, everything, my brand, all these corporate sponsorship partnerships that I could have. I'm willing to forfeit all those.
And I get if you're making a stand, but and again, I still think, and I've said this from day one, whether agree.
Guess what? People won't be buying his shoes. Like, that's not what parents do, man. Like, these guys don't understand that. Kyrie Irving had a great shoe. Kyrie Irving had a great hustle. Then he started talking about stuff anti-Semitic and everything, and that was gone.
People went the other way and pushed everybody away.
Immediately. Like, they don't have to.
Which is when you listen to Jordan talk about it forever ago. I can remember being a kid and watching it, and he's like, Republicans and Democrats buy my shoes.
They buy shoes.
They buy shoes. Like, so I'm a ball player, I'm a marketer, I'm a businessman, but everybody out there buys shoes. So I'm just going to kind of keep doing my thing.
Yes.
And I have my own opinions and my own stuff, and I run a business. So
yes.
Let's just all go to work.
Steph Curry-ish.
Yeah. And even if you think you know, it don't matter. You're still good either way.
No.
It's funny you talk about Steph Curry, because the other day I was hearing it. My buddy sent it to me and I was watching it on, I think it was ESPN, talking about how these guys are discussing Steph Curry should have been the face of the NBA instead of LeBron. And somehow that would have made it better.
No, it's impossible.
Correct.
And when him and LeBron faced off, there was only one time he was in the top 5 player on the court.
For his team. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Durant, the whole deal.
So, no, he had the final stage 4 times, and one time he was the finals MVP, but he wasn't a top 5 player on the court. Mm-hmm. So, no. It's just like LeBron when he played against Dallas. Dude didn't take one shot in the fourth quarter. No. You can't be the GOAT. You can't be Jordan if you're doing that. Mm-hmm. No, absolutely not.
So we talked about this last week, and I watched it this week, baseball-wise. We talked about them. You see these bats, right? You see the torpedo bats?
Of course.
Okay. So now to me as a baseball, it makes sense to me. The analogy I heard some guys saying, would you like to swing a sledgehammer? And I'm like, no, dude, I hated that it was so heavily weighted at the end. I'd give up some of that. I want more of my sweet spot. I'd like to hit it here. So all of it makes sense. The standard bats, the way they tapered them, some scientists figured it out. I get all that. But it's like, would you rather swing a broomstick or a sledgehammer? If I can swing a broomstick. Now, they're legal. They're 100% legal.
Of course
I love them because as a baseball guy over the course of the year, there is nothing I like about watching a bunch of fucking 2-1 games. And I love pitching. I'm impressed by pitching. But the pitching has gotten so much fucking better than the hitting that it's like, go to a game and it takes 2 hours and 38 minutes. You're like, that's great. It was 1-0, bro. Like, I'm not mad at you. I love the sliders, the changeups, the fastballs, the spot. I love baseball.
But you come to see baseball.
And I'm fucking still bored.
You come to see a game.
I come to see the ball. Be hit. I see dudes run the bases, plays made in the field, guys trying to steal, guys trying to leg out a triple, dudes trying to score, ball going in the stands. So I love it. Now, here's my question. Do you think Major League Baseball, and again, part of this, I believe, that this is a lot more, I get the science behind it. But, dude, there's a lot of guys that don't swing it. They're like, they're not swinging that bad. It doesn't even feel. So I think also anytime we feel like we have some kind of, or the pitchers feel like they have a disadvantage, I do think there's a little bit to that as well. Obviously, some of the guys using it have hit. But Aaron Judge has like 6 home runs in 7 games. But Aaron Judge also has went plenty of times in his life where he's had X amount of home runs, X amount of games. Do you think Major League Baseball is going to come down and...
Now, Aaron Judge is not using the torpedo bat. He's not using it.
He's not using it.
Yeah.
Correct.
But he's having success.
Correct. Well, there's plenty of dudes that are using, not using. So I'm saying, dude, and I also love Aaron Judge. I love watching him play. But come postseason, last year you saw the pitching, and that's the other thing, too. When you get to a point where, especially in a postseason, you only see a couple guys. You see only the best guys. And you're like, dude, and again, it's they're not high-scoring games. All this, everybody's talking about it. Do you think they're going to make a change?
No.
Okay.
Because this is analytics. It's just analytics on the bat. Like if I'm using a bat, we can chart where the ball's hitting on the bat.
100%.
And then now the science of it, the analytics of the people in the bat business, guess what? We can move the mass of the bat towards the end.
Seems like it took a long time to figure out.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Simple.
It's taken me my whole lifetime to figure out where the sweet spot is. Okay?
You still figuring You still figuring it out.
No, I got it.
You got it now.
I'm there.
You're there now.
I'm there now.
Yeah, took a minute.
Yes.
Okay.
But it took me almost 60 years to get there, buddy. All right? So I'm not surprised these scientists, MIT and shit, they couldn't get there.
They couldn't get there either, bro. that sweet spot.
MIT.
Sweet spot can take a lifetime.
Thank you.
So it's and I agree. And again, I really hope. I'll tell you, dude. I tell you about baseball all the time. And you watch like how loaded the Dodgers are, and some of these teams that are really fun to watch. The Padres are loaded. The Yankees are still going to be. They're going to hit a lot of balls over the fence. They're still going to struggle, and it's just a tough model to replicate when you come in that buzzsaw against the Dodgers and against fucking Padres. But we all want to see more runs.
Of course.
We just all want to see more runs. We don't want to see a game take 4 hours and 20, but we want to see it. Like, I love football, but 3-0, bro. I'm like, wow, that was defensive masterpiece. No, it was fucking boring. Like, I wasn't playing. Like, I don't think it was a defensive masterpiece. I get there was a lot of really good defense played, but I didn't get to see much.
Yeah.
6'3". No, I'm not your guy. So I hope they don't. So, all right, let's go. Well, I'm going to ask you this real quick as we're getting to the NBA towards the end. Who do you think is going to win the NBA championship?
Boston.
Do you think Boston going to get past the Cavs? You do?
The Cavs have had a remarkable season. I can't see them beating Boston 4 games. There's a phenomenon going on in the NBA right now, and it's called Jayson Tatum.
Yeah.
No one is giving this dude the type of respect he really deserves.
How come they don't? Because I agree. People don't.
I don't even know.
I mean it. Like
I don't know if it's he's got the double X on his forehead. Duke, Boston.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people that just hate those two brands in their.
But watch, let's pick ESPN. Pick anybody. Nobody talks about them the way they should. Nobody.
I mean, we saw the disrespect from the Olympic team.
Yeah, what happened?
I mean, Steve Kerr came
there?
to him and said, "Hey, I don't know. How do I find you some minutes? I just averaged 28.
I'm Jayson Tatum, bro.
I just averaged 28.
I can do anything you want me to do on the court.
Have you seen? I'm first team NBA the last 3 years.
So why did that happen with Kerr?
I think Kerr in the old school, LeBron, KD, Steph, that hierarchy, that he's gotten so consumed by that I've never seen a gooder player have a harder time getting minutes on the Olympic team than Jayson Tatum did.
Do you think there's anything he's done that the old guard doesn't want him to be promoted that way?
Oh, yeah. Jayson Tatum is his biggest enemy.
Why is that?
He plays basketball and he goes home. He's not on social media. He's not about the drama. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't do anything wrong. He's vanilla. And people hate that.
The old guard of players hate it too, or just people?
Well, I'm not going to say the old guard players. I think the old guard players respect it.
Okay.
But they're still trying to hold on to their greatness.
Gotcha. Understood.
No, Draymond, LeBron,
But people are
KD.
not entertained by Jayson Tatum because he won't let them into his life in any capacity.
And he's
not
no
out,
drama.
He ain't out fucking around.
No.
He's just living his life, plays hoops, goes home.
He's got
Brings
his
son
son
brings his son around. That's about it.
That's it.
You can't find out anything else, be involved, see anything. And people don't like it.
No.
Because they think you're supposed to give them a glimpse. You're supposed to be dramatic. You're supposed to be
I don't know
entertaining.
what people want from athletes anymore. Like, he don't have his own podcast.
Because until you just said that, I didn't really think much about it, but you're right. Like, go on and you forget about Tatum if you watch some of these plays. Like, is he even around? Does he play?
Yes.
You forget how damn good he is. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, last year he was amazing in the playoff. The 2 years before that, he was not first team all NBA.
Correct.
And, Jaylen Brown was even a better player in the playoff.
Correct.
Now, I could understand, okay, that should be part of the conversation, but you can't take away his greatness.
No, but everybody went on him for that. You're mad at Jaylen. You're mad at this. You're doing this. You hate him. You hate that.
Yes.
I don't really hate anybody, but I just want to win some games, and I am winning.
And they figured out a way to take away some of Jalen's shine.
Correct.
Oh, he's too outspoken. What? So one is too vanilla and one is a little too sassy.
So it might just be Boston. I don't know what that means.
Boston Duke.
Boston Duke, that'll do it. Double whammy.
That's a double.
Yeah, it is. That's easy. Hey, it's easy to dislike. I get it.
Right.
It's easy to dislike. All right, so I think, now do you think there's any chance the Lakers make the finals?
I do believe there's a chance. I think that chance is probably 15, 20%.
Really? That's it?
That's it.
Don't matter. Luka, Bron, Reed, all these kids. It doesn't matter. None of that matters.
Have you seen Luka play defense?
He don't play really good defense. I know.
Yeah, I think he leads the NBA in blow-bys.
Yeah, I didn't say he's definitely not good defensively.
I mean, so everyone except me can blow by him. So now, this is what I have a great interest in. What kind of whistle are we going to get in the playoffs? Because the whistle and how are they calling fouls or not, it changes. The last month of the season, we're going to see it change. You can see the intensity for which they play defense now. It's totally changed from 2 months ago in the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're letting a lot of that stuff go. A lot of hand checking, a lot of bumping. Are they going to continue that in the playoffs? Because it's going to change who the winner of the championship is going to be.
So if they blow the whistle less, you feel better about whom? They let them play more. You feel Celtics still?
I still feel the Celtics because they are an elite defensive team.
How about in the West?
In the West, man, I like OKC, man.
Whistle or not, let him play or not, you like OKC either way.
Man, that dude is shaky. He's unstoppable.
And you still got the Celtics to beat them in the finals.
Yes.
Okay.
I think the Celtics have still more players.
But a good finals.
Yeah, great
good
finals.
Battles.
Yes.
No, you ain't gonna run through nobody for
No, absolutely not. No.
Okay.
No.
So I'd be crazy if I thought the Lakers could make the finals. Not if they could.
No, you wouldn't be crazy. It would be a Shawn type thing.
It'd be.
You know what I'm saying? You go
I'm
through
taking a long shot.
No, you go through episodes.
I do go through episodes. That is a true statement. I do go through episodes.
Yeah, you will show up crazy one day.
I show up crazy every day.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the comments. I don't have to say it's my favorite part every week because it is my favorite part every week.
It's pretty exciting to comment.
Yo, it is. King J Rock, 1979. Ali said it. So what's the problem? Ali said it. So what's the problem? Cris, you talking like Bron a punk. Jordan didn't fight either because Oakley is his protector. What's that got to do with LeBron? And well, we said LeBron. We asked about LeBron and Stephen A. We didn't say he got in a bunch of fights, and he didn't. But you want to comment on that one?
No.
Okay.
Keep your comments to yourself, doofus. Something. 1976 was not a good year.
Terry, 1979. Terry Lynch, 555. Dallas would trade Dakota and players to Browns for second pick and draft Shador.
Why?
I don't know. I can't ask him. I don't know. Terry, why?
I think the Browns are going to trade for Kirk Cousins before the draft and then draft Travis Hunter.
You do?
I heard the general manager explain the difference between Charles Woodson and Champ Bailey and Travis Hunter.
And what was that?
And he said, those guys are Hall of Famers, but we have never seen Travis Hunter.
So he wants them.
He talked about their yardage, how many catches. I think Champ Bailey had like 900 yards for a career.
Yeah. And Shador's going to play both ways. Yeah. I mean, Travis will play both ways in the NFL.
Yeah, he's the first true.
Legit. You think he's going to play both ways?
Yes.
Okay. It's going to be something to watch.
He is special, man. He is a special.
How do you keep the wind? How do
God. It's like the first guy that ran a 4-minute mile. He wasn't doing nothing special. He's just blessed with cardio.
Well, then God blessed him.
Like Michael Jordan, they used to call him the Greyhound because he could run all day.
Yeah.
You know, people used to wonder, man, I wonder how fast Michael Jordan can run a 40. Like, what kind of speed could he move at 6'6"?
Yeah.
You know, could he possibly run a 4.5? That's frightening, right?
It is definitely.
Because he's got all that explosion.
It is definitely frightening. All right, at 2Cannon1, Jordan. Let's follow. Jordan believes he's the greatest of you folks. Don't stop with his BS. He never says it publicly, but Jordan don't even give autographs to most fans. LOL. He's one of the most ignorant people in the history of the league, per other players. LOL. Says LBJ is better than him in his face. See what he do. LOL. He might crash out. There's a lot of LOLs in there.
I think Michael Jordan, for a long, long time, people have told them they have said they were greater than him.
Yeah.
But Michael Jordan went out to silence them.
Yeah.
LeBron is the only person, not Kareem, when he was alive. Wilt Chamberlain when he was alive. All right? Mm-hmm. Not Kareem, not Magic, not Larry Bird. Guess what those guys said when he was on the Dream Team when he came?
He was greatest.
There's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
That's what Larry Bird and Magic said to each other.
Yeah.
Hey, man, there's a new sheriff in town, man. We lucky to be riding along with him.
Yeah.
So all these players, LeBron's the only one. Kobe never said he was the greatest and said MJ was the greatest.
Yeah.
LeBron is the only one. And I have no fault in that, but I'm just
Hey, good for him. But it's also okay for people to have an opinion on who's the greatest. Good for him for believing he's the greatest player of all time. 4 wins and 6 losses, NBA is dominant. So did Curry dominate? This is G-Roy 8880. Duncan, I don't even know that I'm 4, he put trophies on. 4 wins and 6 losses, and NBA is dominant. So did Curry dominate? Duncan, 5 NBA finals. in Kobe's 5, dominate, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yes, they were all dominant. Duncan was dominant. Kobe was dominant. Steph Curry has been dominant, just not in the NBA Finals.
Got it. They've been to the finals, but they didn't win. I mean, Duncan went to 5.
Duncan was sensational, though.
100%. Yeah.
Kobe, sensational.
Yeah.
And when they won because of those guys.
Yeah.
Curry, when they won, they didn't win because of him because he was not at his best.
Got it. Okay.
But one time. There was one time that he was.
And he was at his best.
Yes.
MVP. All right. Ashes 45 iffy. LeBron spoke to him face to face. Stephen A. was the one who told the world about what was said on First Take and other platforms.
He had to. He's got a job to do. He cannot not report it because then it would have been like LeBron had said something that was worse.
Correct.
Like, no,
Well, it is his job.
Yes.
It is his job. LeBron's out there playing, doing his thing. Corey Bester, U8M. Like Bron said, Stephen A. Smith missed the point. Y'all have missed the point. Stephen A. Smith was questioning his parenting, not to mention Bronny is dominating the G League. Look that shit up before you talk.
No, we did talk about it, doofus, all right? And we did say that Bronny was right, LeBron was right, about protecting his family.
Correct.
When he personally said something about Bronny, yes, we understand that.
And the one thing I will say about Bronny, and nobody talks about this a lot, dude, no matter what else he does in his life or how successful his NBA career is, from a staying focused mental attitude, not being a pain in the ass, that kid's a savage. In that regard, that kid is a fucking savage. Like his dad is either the best, well, depends on where you land, right? If I go Jordan's the best, and I go Kobe's next, and then LeBron, wherever I land, dudes are going to land that LeBron says. He's undeniably one of the best couple players in the history of the NBA, and probably one of the best, when you look at what he's done marketing, he's also, as you said a bunch of times, he's dude just takes care of his family, does the right thing, don't cause no drama.
LeBron is one of the top 5 best
100%,
players there.
all day long.
But as far as, I've been around just so many great athletes, and I've been around people like Tiger Woods' dad. LeBron is a top 5 parent.
Dad, yeah.
Somebody like Jack Nicklaus. I've been around, I'm talking about legendary, great in all sports.
Correct.
LeBron is a top 5
100%.
dad.
And that kid is handling himself like a top 5 kid.
Yes.
Like, dude, that can't be easy no matter what anybody says. And he goes out there, and nobody's ever said he's uncomfortable or scared or people have questioned whether he should have been drafted at that level. People have questioned whether he's going to be a great NBA player. People have questioned all kinds of stuff. But nobody's questioned, and they shouldn't have, that Bronny is crumbling mentally or that Bronny is succumbing to the pressure. Nobody. And he literally, you could argue, Bron said it one day, right? He's like, dude, y'all think you're messing with him. Like, he plays hoops, he goes home, plays video games, hangs out with his friends. Like, he's unfazed by all this. The entire world.
Very unique personality.
Whatever he's going to do in his life, with that unique personality, basketball and beyond, he's going to be obnoxiously successful because of that he has.
And something that no one's mentioned. The mother has done an unbelievable job in the shadows.
Yeah. Both of them. They're just out there.
Yeah, I mean, we credit LeBron.
Correct.
We say that.
That's
but
true.
That mom,
Savannah,
that mom has really done a great job as far as what her family, the things they've been involved in, the things they haven't been involved in.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's been all kind of messes around them that didn't hit them.
Dude, it didn't. And the reality is that with him, and I like Brian the other day, we was talking about like the kid's watch or his necklace where he was talking about like, dude, everybody's running their mouth and you're still doing your thing. Like all they see when you walk in a room is that's Bron's son.
Yeah. And LeBron's still doing his thing.
Yeah. Ooh. I mean, you trying to play hoop, your old man's still in the NBA dominating. I mean, he's one of the top players in the NBA still. Doing his thing, comes off a gold medal. Right. And so, I mean, I'm very impressed by the way he carries himself, his stuff he does. And that doesn't.
These NBA fans just need to stop, though.
Yeah.
Because everyone can have a list. I don't care if you're a baseball player and you want to come up with the NBA. Just because you don't have one guy on the top don't mean your whole credibility on the NBA game should be taken away.
Correct.
You know, your opinion, if backed up with credible information, your opinion can't be wrong.
Correct.
It's just your opinion on a space, on a subject, on a topic.
And again, you know, as a fan watching him, all I can tell you is growing up, and I wish we can't. Like, you do generations, you do this thing. When you talked about earlier with the whistle, none of us will ever know how any of these guys today would have played with the way they were allowed to play. Maybe would have dominated. Maybe LeBron would have been absolutely, you could grab me, hold me, push me, elbow me, I'm still going to fuck you up. He might have.
He would have been.
He probably would have been. So that's my point. Like, none of us, we're just trying to.
Listen, man, there is a chameleon gene in these dudes.
Yeah.
Okay?
They just adjust. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, they come into a room and they become part of the room. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever the vibe is, that dude becomes part of the vibe in that room.
Then he is the vibe. Yeah.
Yes.
He is the vibe. Then that vibe is him once he figures out what that is with those guys.
Everywhere I went in football, high school, college, and pro, they could not throw the ball until I got there. Mm-hmm. My high school team could not throw the ball until I got there. Mm-hmm. I went to Ohio State. They were running the ball 55 times a game. They could not throw the ball until I got there. The Minnesota Vikings could not throw the ball until I got there. All right? So don't tell me that these guys in different eras, when they show up, like, you think if Dennis Rodman hair painted tonight, he shows up somewhere, he's still a star.
He is.
He's still a star.
No doubt. You don't know what the fuck he's going to do.
There's nobody out there getting 25 rebounds.
Mm-mm. No.
And guess what Dennis Rodman can do today? He's the only one in the world can guard the Joker.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be something?
He's the only one.
Yeah.
So, no, don't tell me about, LeBron when they're physical. No. LeBron is one of one. Michael Jordan's one of one. Kobe was one of one.
Like you said, dude, like, everybody's got their opinion on it, man. It's all good. But, and you're right, man. And it's not hating because isn't it funny if you say somebody's not the greatest of all time, you're hating them? Like, dude, there's all these people that have played all these years, and nobody seems to dispute that. But, I mean, everybody should be in awe of what Bronny does the way he cares.
Yes.
That I believe, wholeheartedly. Let's see. What we got? We did that. We got that. Bro, Canat Town 318. I see why Cris got fired on them platforms. Russell Wilson signed shit, but he gives Zach Wilson praise. Take your hating ass back to the couch. What's he talking about? Russell Wilson ain't. It says sign, S-I-N-E. Then I think he misspelled shit because it's D-H-I-T. He's mad at you for giving Zach Wilson praise.
What I said was Zach Wilson still has an opportunity to be an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call that praise. I would just call that optimist to a guy who has a lot of arm talent.
Yeah.
So it's not just randomly. And I've seen what Coach McDaniels has done with Tua.
Yeah.
So it's the combination of what I've seen and the arm talent that a kid has, that a lot of kids have arm talent. They get in bad situations. Mm-hmm. Like 99% of all NFL players, doofus, they need a system.
He said go back to the couch. He ain't never on a couch, I'll tell you that. He's always fucking doing something. He ain't no damn couch. He said take your hating ass back
in the
to the
wrong
couch.
system, you can be exploited. So it's not as
That's it. You weren't hating on Russell Wilson either.
Russell Wilson has a ceiling.
Yeah.
He already hit it.
Correct. And he has had one hell of a career.
A great career.
Yeah, good for him. All right, catch, hunt, play, Calvin. Cris, what the fuck are you talking about? Stop drinking before the show, sir. Hell no. LeBron handled that like any other father would. When you question his parenting ability, which nobody questions parenting ability. We just say he's great. And he said it last time. You confront these dudes in the media who are talking slick behind the mic is going to guard them from the lumps they deserve. Wow.
Yeah.
That was deep.
Confronting someone in the media is different than confronting Stephen A. Smith. They are not the two same things. Okay? Most people in the media don't have the reach, don't have the platform, and don't have the long existing relationships of you and I have been on the same street corner conducting business. You've been doing your thing. I've been doing my thing. And then now we have a disagreement. That's totally different than another journalist who's just a local beat writer or a guy writing for the NBA Today. A guy
LeBron would not have wouldn't even have.
No.
It wouldn't even. There's plenty of people who said the same shit.
Yes.
He just didn't. It's
Stephen A. is the only person he said something
But it's
to.
Stephen A.
Yes.
But he's the only Stephen A. in today's world of media.
Yep.
All right, last one. Eric.
Hey, I'm drinking right now. I'm getting
you
tipsy
are.
too, so my answers might be a little spicy.
Definitely don't drink. We don't want that to happen. Eric, IR8NP. No, he didn't. I'm a father. I'd never do that weak stuff. LeBron is a clown. I don't know if LeBron's a clown, but Eric even put the clown face. Hold on. I got two more. Hold on.
Okay.
I got Silver_79. I get Bron feeling a type of way. Stephen A. probably shouldn't have said that publicly, but his assessment was absolutely on point. If not for the decision of Bron as a father, Bronny wouldn't be in this specific situation. Well, I think Bronny's doing great, and I think I do agree with, he got to where he got to. We talked about that. He is Bron's kid, but he's fine with it, Stephen A. Jeremy Kincaid, 80, this is the last one. Yup, and instead of putting limitations on his child because of fear of what other people think, his child is flourishing, living out his dreams. I will agree. That kid is flourishing. I will agree.
No, it pushed him.
No doubt.
I only had one concern. All right? My biggest concern was the heart issue.
Yeah.
I believe that the heart issue really changed the timetable. Now, LeBron, what he is doing, it changed the timetable too. I thought LeBron had more time. So now I thought that he should have played another season.
Correct. At USC or wherever in college, it's also okay to say, I didn't think that dude was that pick, or I didn't think it's... Dude, isn't it great? What did people say about Steph Curry when he got drafted? Did they say he was going to be one of the greatest shooters in the history of the NBA?
No.
No. Was that so terrible to say based on what he had done previously?
He's got weak ankles.
Davidson or whatever.
He's too small.
Yes.
He's not going to be able to play no defense. People are going to score 40 on him every game. That's what they said.
And he used it to motivate him.
That's what
himself.
they said.
And look what he's doing now. So anyway, well, I appreciate y'all. Hey, keep the comments coming. It keeps me entertained. Cris Carter, Shawn, Mike, I appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, share. Thanks for jumping on Fully Loaded.